Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
Yes, good afternoon, Nigerians. Welcome to this afternoon's edition of In the Newsroom on OSBC Television Ileawi Bale in Osogbo, the state capital of Osun. Yes, we are here to analyze some very, very important topics of national magnitude. Let me take it from the first one, 24 hours to 2023, expectations of Nigerians. That is the first topic. The second one is, I tried to stop governments from naming projects after me. That is quoting the President Muhammadu Buhari. INEC poised to conduct fairest election in Africa. That is quoting one of the commissioners of INEC, Festus Okoye. All this will be discussed in the course of the program. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. My guests are already on their way, are already seated in the studio. I am talking about Adeboye Popola and Muideen Adeleke. Let me first of all welcome Adeboye Popola. Adeboye Popola, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Tunde Bolatito. Thank God that again we are back into the program in the newsroom.
Muideen Adeleke is also present. Muideen, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Tunde Bolatito.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be in the newsroom.
It is the best place
I'm
to be.
equally happy that our man
Adeboye Popola
from the nearby village is here as well.
You know, who came from the village on this program today? You know, Ilobu, the way to Ilobu, the road there, you could describe how deplorable and appalling,
very, very good.
and appalling situation.
Very, very good. Even if it is not in the right position, very soon it will be.
I would rather go for the services of a senior advocate of Nigeria to take Adeboye Popola
Straight to business. The first
to take him up.
topic, 24 hours to 2023, expectations of Nigeria. 2023 is the year of the general election. 2023, one would expect the much talk about Dangote refinery to start operation. 2023, there are so many things lined up in the minds of Nigerians for the good of Nigeria. Now, as a Nigerian, Adeboye Popola, let me start from you today. As a Nigerian, now that 24 hours separate us from the year 2023, what are your expectations from the year 2023 or in the year 2023?
You see, when we are talking of expectation, expectation at times to make different things. But to my mind, what should be the focus now is determination. If you are asking me, what are my expectations? An individual expectation will, to my mind, should be programmed on his determination. What has a person determined to do or determined to execute in the year 2023. Because expectation will not just come. The fulfillment of a particular expectation will be moderate or will be factored in how prepared are you for that year. Because every year is characterized by some peculiar challenges. The year 2023, like you said the other time, is the year of general election, when Nigerians will elect a new leader. Now, the type of leader that Nigeria will be expected will be determined by how educated they are, that is at the pool. And Nigerians, Nigerians know the importance of voting, the importance of exercising their franchise, correctly. You see, if at this present time I cannot determine, or I don't know the indices of voting a right person, what should be looked into in a particular person before that person is elected into a particular political office, then the expectation of whosoever that is yet to know by now will be a mirage. We not be you see, expectation that is not premised on determination, on proper focus, is a fictitious expectation that will never come to fulfillment. So as far as I'm concerned, I know my expectations, which I may not divulge right now, but what my expectation, what will propel me, or what will propel that expectation to come into fruition, is my determination now, my preparation, the way I prepare to marshal steps that will enable me to achieve all those expectations is what I have in my mind right now.
Thank you for successfully dancing around it. No, you have decided to avoid nailing it.
Yes,
but you have said something. Muideen, the year 2023 is pregnant with a lot of expectations, especially in Nigeria here. For example, because it is the year of election, and that year, Nigerians are expected, the destiny of Nigeria is expected to be put in the hand of one person who will either lead Nigeria to the promised land or otherwise. Then Nigeria have a lot of problems, a myriad, multi-dimensional, hydra-headed problems. What solution do you think that 2023 will bring?
Okay, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. As I said earlier on, I like to say, without much ado, that Nigeria has a myriad of problems, no doubt about that. We have multifaceted challenges we have been facing over the years, and I want to say that here is a country that is so blessed in natural and human resources. Talk of natural resources. We have black gold that is called crude, and crude oil. We have non-oil, these solid minerals everywhere, and even in Osun here we have gold among others. But you discover that we are not lacking as far as expertise is concerned, as far as those who have the know-how, the knowledge is concerned. But what we are lacking is sincerity of purpose and our ability to transform policies and programs into concrete achievements. You see, if we are so blessed and we are still groping in the abyss of darkness. Something is fundamentally wrong with us, and that has to do with our mindset. We don't have this positive mindset, and you discover that most times we always relish in frivolities. We don't normally come to terms with the realities on ground. You discover that most Nigerians who go outside the country comport themselves with the rules and regulations of their host nations. Even our leaders, when they go abroad, when they travel abroad, they are the best citizens you can never talk of in the world. But when they come back here, I don't know what is wrong with us. We don't seem to respect our country as a nation. We don't act as good citizens when we come back, and we believe that we are above the law. Something happened recently. I drove my jalopy. I was negotiating through a particular roundabout, Lameko roundabout for sure. Yeah. A motorcycle overtook mine right there where we at the roundabout.
Probably from the wrong side.
From the right side. And he did not only do that, he immediately aligned himself in front of me. So we were trying to talk to the man that the way you drove was too dangerous, and it could have caused accident. But the man he was carrying, he was bluffing. He was even saying, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "No matter what you claim to be, and I'm not really
what you are when you are.
I know you are not above the law. The president of Nigeria,
the law.
You are not the law. What will have cost him is life. Exactly.
You see,
so
you are what you are when you are alive.
Yes. He was raining abuses and what have you. He was caustic.
That's Nigeria for you.
So I don't think we need to descend to that abyss. It's unfortunate. In Nigeria here, let us all come on the same page. Let us all resolve that Mahatma Gandhi did say that you should be the change you want to see in society. Be the change. If every one of us, including members of our family, are on the same page by being good citizens of this country, all these problems we are talking about, all these challenges we keep on talking about day in, day out, already will be consigned into the dustbin of history. It is, even though I know quite all right that an average human being is a lawbreaker. If you ask people, or you direct people, or you warn people from urinating in a particular place, it is that place that they will go. Even if you place an inscription, Babalawo Feloto, that the herbalist is interested in urine, people will still go there and do it. I don't know why people will look right, look left, then they will commit atrocities. I think we all know it, that what is good, I mean, we know what are the virtues, we know what are the vices. So why can't we move away from the vices? For instance, our expectations are high as far as 2023 is concerned. On the economy, I wish to see a vibrant economy that will take care of not only the bourgeoisie, but the helpless individuals, the Oromi districts. Why can't we have a stable electricity, for God's sake? That will galvanize economic development.
In all areas.
Yeah, in all areas. The manufacturing sector is non-existent, for God's sake. Why can't we have a stable electricity supply? Why can't we conquer the what do we call it? There is a kind of ghost that has bedeviled our electricity supply. the power sector. Why can't we conquer it, for God's sake, so that we can move ahead and fulfill the potential of this country? Nigeria is not supposed to be poor. And when you talk of what do we call it, this insecurity, general insecurity, why can't we know? Why is it difficult for the government to maintain law and order and ensure the security of lives and property in the country? So, if we can afford to conquer our mind, our mindset, and we can address corruption, insecurity, as well as epilepsy power supply, then we'll move ahead. Then the 2023 we are talking about will be the springboard, and then the election should be free, fair, credible, and acceptable. Then people should be ready. Those who win should be magnanimous in victory, and those who lose, they should be gallant losers.
Yeah,
that's all.
And not bad losers. Yes, the way we call that. Yes. What Moidia just said, he has a litany of expectations of Nigerians. Do you agree with him, or you have some additions?
You see, what he said has always been the mind of every Nigerian in a time like this, every year. But one thing is that, and it is important for us to know. You see, when we are talking of, bringing changes into Nigeria, bringing changes to Nigerians, you see, leadership is so important in whatever change mantra that we are talking about. You see, it is a leader that it is leaders that drive everything in the country. The leaderships, drive the mind of everybody. Leadership is could be likened to Jesus Christ's parable of a light, candle that is lighted, that cannot be placed in a hidden place, in an oblivious place. Candle will be placed at a very high place where it will give its light to the surroundings, to the people. You see, leadership position is not, a hidden position. It is a place that everybody sees, and whatever people sees, whatever the people see the leadership doing, is what they will follow. A situation where leaders or leadership in a particular place is unfaithful, is ungodly, is insincere. That is that image that the leadership projects of him or herself is the shadow that will lead the people. So that is it. I will advise Nigerian leaders, those that will lead us into 2023, and those that will take the mantle of leadership from there comes 2023, to please set to be good examples, to be exemplary leaders, that people, that their conduct, all what we could see as their traits will be something that could be emulated. Because the position Nigeria, the country is now, is due to bad leadership.
Thank you very much. I don't want you to go beyond that. We go to the next topic because our time is fast spent and we don't want to miss out any of the topics. We want to quote President Muhammadu Buhari now. He said, "I tried to stop governors from naming projects after me." That's what he said. At least we had that yesterday when he visited Kogi State. The president, it's like he doesn't want to be remembered by the magnitude of any project anybody may have executed anywhere. You only want to be remembered for conducting good, credible election and for laying a foundation for subsequent. That's what he said. That's what he has been saying. But he has some few months to go waiting. Not wanting governors to name project after him. Is it not an hypocritical state?
I must say, with every sense of responsibility and modesty, that I don't see that as being hypocritical in any form. I want to say that Muhammadu Buhari might not have had an easy drive or smooth sail since he started the first time of his administration, and now he's now in the twilight of his tenure, the second term in office. I believe that he had good intentions for the country, and I want to believe that Nigerian press is one of the most critical press you can think of in the world. If Buhari had soiled his hands by now, even while he's still in office, so much will have been written. I am not saying he's a saint, but the fact still remains that from his men and all he has continually said and what he has done so far, I don't think he has anything or anything is in the skeleton that the world has been able to uncover. So by saying he doesn't want any project named after him, I think that's how a leader should say it. When he's still in the saddle, morality does not confer on him the right to seek that projects should be named after him. And that is what it's supposed to be. By the time he might have left, if projects are named after him, yes, people will want to say, okay. But when you are right there and projects are being named after you, definitely people, the critical public want to say, why are you trying to celebrate yourself while you are still in power? Because people will read meanings to it. And in any case, when a governor decides to go the way Yahya Bello has gone, people want to describe it as just engaging in eye service. And we are not supposed to engage in eye service. This man means business with what? But he said the governor disobeyed him. The only thing is that I don't know whether he has any stick to dangle, or by saying, okay, by rejecting it. I don't know whether it will have been a bit dignified if he said, please, erase what you have done by naming the civic center after me. I don't know whether he should have done that, but he did say the governor disobeyed him. So if a governor disobeys the president, I don't know whether there's any place in the constitution which stipulates the kind of punishment that could be meted out to such a governor. But on moral ground, I think it wasn't okay for the governor to name any project, because after the sitting president, it is not morally justifiable.
Popola, yes. What is your perspective about what did that just say?
You see, the problem of Nigerians at times is no matter how wise you are, one goes, it's very, very difficult to decipher what their mind is. But as far as this issue is concerned,
okay,
I don't know who among the two is hypocrite, either the president or the governor. But it is tried that
It's law.
it is said to or it is tried in a circumstance like this that one is hypocritical. Now, if I were the president who had warned people not to name a particular project or any project after me, and I'm being invited to commission a particular program that is named after me, I will have rejected going to commission the project. Like I can dedicate anybody. And look at Yaya Bello. What is the achievement of Yaya Bello in Kogi State? When you take a look at the performance of all Nigerian governors, as far as this political dispensation is concerned, Yaya Bello will be rated low of all the governors. So if a person like that is commissioning a civic center, that is not targeted at attaining meaningful or direct or indirect development, and the president, the whole of the president of the country is being invited to commission. I as a person, if I were the president, no matter how, I wouldn't know the pressure that would have been mounted on me, that will make me go and commission such a project. If you don't have good achievements,
that will impact positively on the lives of the people. Look, see the wicked. I like the president for one thing. The president at times, when he operates within the frame mind of what people know him to be, you will see that Mr. President, President One, is a transparent person to the core. He gave award to Wike, and the devil knows that Wike, when we are talking of performance, when we are talking of achievement in whatever dimension, Wike, he surpasses any governor in Nigeria. Any governor in Nigeria. Especially when it comes to commissioning, media commissioning among others. Not media commissioning.
What the achievement, real achievement. We are talking of real achievement this time around.
Yes.
If a particular if you turn yourself to loudspeaker, turn yourself to megaphone.
You couldn't have commissioned what he did not do anyway.
You cannot. If a governor becomes a megaphone, you can only megaphone what you did or what your achievements. If you don't have a wife, if your wife doesn't pregnant, can you bring people together to come and do a naming ceremony? For a naming ceremony, that will be difficult. Achievement is achievement.
Yeah.
Wike,
Wike is the trailblazer.
You see, when we are talking of achievement, the president called him. That is where I'm going, and he gave him an award for what he did, for his excellent performance. Wike belongs to PDP. Wike is not, doesn't belong to the same political party with the president. But he knows, president knows that this is an achievement. If he sees something that is good, meaning that he recognizes anything that is good. What has our brother in Kogi State, what has he done that will unseat the president in Abuja to come to Kogi? For God's sake, even the road, if not the federal government project, if that road is not federal government project, it would have been difficult to move beyond Kogi to Abuja.
And that is the main way to.
That is the main way. The president should have been coming and saying, where are we going? Are you getting what I'm saying? So that is it.
We should be very careful when we are extreme the achievements of governors, like the governor of Kogi State. since we don't have his scorecard.
The scorecard is
Listen,
there for everybody to see.
Let us listen. Listen to me first. We cannot say he has not achieved unless we have been to Kogi, we have monitored, or we have tried to assess his performance. The president did not come to commission that project. He came to inaugurate some roads built by this man, rehabilitated by him in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. I think what the man did was to slot in that particular project, civic center named after Mr. President. I don't think Mr. President came all the way from Abuja to commission. No. That is not the.
I know the president came to commission a number of roads.
A number of roads.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think he must have smuggled that in to why. So we should not we should not misrepresent the facts by saying he came all the way from Abuja to commission civic center.
The president based his comment on the.
He said he disobeyed him by naming a project.
Why did president commission that project? Like I've told you, don't name any project after him. And immediately he got there and saw that act of, or discovered that act of disobedience. That should have put an end to all the ceremony. Look, this one, we are not going to commission this one.
But he's a politician.
You said, yes, I know. He was a politician when he gave an award.
Yes, I was only saying it so that
he was a politician by the time he gave an award. So Wike don't belong to another political camp. That is what I'm saying. I mean, by giving that award to Wike, honestly, my respect for the president, there is no president in the history of this country who has done that. That could be, a mistake as far as my investigation of president's conduct and habits is concerned. But the fact that the president is not that parochial, politically parochial, when it comes to assessment and rating, the rating of individuals' performances, I will say that the president, is not politically parochial, and that is what I'm saying.
Let me go to meeting now. President Buhari made this statement. He may just have made this statement flippantly.
No. He meant what he said.
What he said. I think he said I should speak. Look, hold on. You are not. I don't know why you are so agitated.
If
you don't know what is what are we agitating?
If it is the Buhari that I know, that you and I know, in the lineup of projects of the commission, when he sees his name, whenever he to give his speech, he will say it there that program, before I commission it, the name should be changed.
You have asked your question. Do you want me to answer?
I want you to answer. Please.
Okay. Yes. Now, yes, I want to believe that you must have heard Buhari say a lot of things that if it were to be when he was a military man, so many things he would have loved to do. But with the present,
why the military man?
No, that so many things you will have got so many things done by fiat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now this is a democratic era. For instance, now he cannot just whimsically dictate what should be done. So there are so many things that he will need to have a recourse on to the National Assembly before getting them done. He cannot just wake up and make pronouncements without considering the democratic nature of the state, I mean the nation as a whole. So when you take a look at this, I would not have expected Mr. President to probably disgrace his host That was why he had to make that statement. You should give it to, because in Nigeria,
at least
you
by altering that statement.
That is it. Everything you have to be diplomatic in saying certain things, because people will still misconstrue. Some people will now say, yeah, we see now. Why are we calling him retired brigadier general? Up to tomorrow, Punch is still calling Mr. President Major General. Yes. Despite the fact that he was not well disposed to that, they have continually called him, addressed him as retired Major General. But what we are saying is that in Nigeria, you cannot. You cannot. But he doesn't want to be addressed
as Major General.
Yes, he has made himself clear on that.
But he is.
But we are Nigerians.
In the past.
Yes. In the past. But this is a democratic era.
Yeah.
The democratic dispensation. And if somebody says, I don't want to be addressed that name, by that
then
name,
people should comply.
But I don't know. Since there's no, I don't know. There's no court for that will probably entertain such a case.
No, you see, but the president.
Let me just end this by saying that I personally, if you were in the shoes of Mr. President, you wouldn't want to disgrace your host. But now, so other governors have seen the handwriting on the wall. He said he disobeyed him. If somebody is pronounced to be a disobedient person in the public, is that not enough? A disgrace?
And a man from the president political party.
Can you imagine? So we should still give to Mr. President. We should still commend him for coming to the open to say that somebody has disobeyed him.
Yeah.
Some will have even glossed over it without even making any reference. It can happen.
Yeah. Before we go to the next topic, the president is enjoying a level of a full immunity. In that situation, when somebody disobeys him, or that somebody is acting contrary to his wish, he cannot go to court. Somebody enjoying immunity cannot sue somebody who is enjoying immunity too.
No.
So the two of them are at liberty.
No. The president can bring action against whosoever.
Action in
Yes,
court. On the line.
action in court against
In court.
could bring action in court where he has been wrong in some specific
Personally or officially?
Personally. We have seen instances where a sitting governor challenged action related. That is related to defamation. If a governor or a president is defamed, he could bring action against whosoever.
Call it action.
Yeah, legal action.
Let's go to the last topic of the day. INEC point to conduct fearless election in Africa. Festus Okoye. And INEC is not talking about fearless election in Nigeria. INEC is talking about Africa now.
Yes.
Meaning they have gone beyond the magnitude of free and fair election in Nigeria. They have gone beyond that. That is my own personal assessment of what he had just said.
Yes.
Yes, but Kukola,
Yeah.
what does INEC have in mind? How far has INEC gone before in the area of preparedness before uttering this statement?
You mean Nigeria?
Yes,
You see,
because if this statement is weighed, it carries a lot of weight.
of course, you see, INEC as an independent person, as by the recognition given to it by the Constitution and the Electoral Act, you will see that the INEC of today has put a number of things on ground by way of insulating the body from being rubbish by politicians. No, we cannot rule it out that we have, bad eggs among them, or we could have bad eggs among them. So in that circumstance, one could give it to INEC that yes, INEC has gone a step further from the state it was, let's say 4 years ago when the last election was conducted. You see, with the beefers now, and with the collaboration, the type of synergy between INEC and security agents, in what I saw when election was conducted in Osun State, one could say that yes, any election in Nigeria today has been well fortified.
Yeah.
Gone, are the days when ballot boxes would be snatched at the polling unit,
stuffed with votes,
or stuffed with votes and so on and so forth.
Anonymous votes.
Yes. Gone are the day when ballot boxes on the way to the counting center or whatever,
center.
or what is it, from ECHA will be hijacked by hoodlums. So all those things, all the era
of such
incidents,
heinous crimes.
you see, the era has gone. But that is not to say that election in Nigeria, has been fully concretized on the foundation of just and fairness and the equity. No, because we still have some other elements that, unless those elements are fully addressed, like buying of voters cards, vote ban.
But before I forget, but INEC has come out to say that those buying voters card are only doing so at their own risk. That
I wouldn't know what
they are only disenfranchising. They only want to disenfranchise those who own the card.
Yes, I wouldn't know the modalities that INEC.
I hope you are not turning this into dialogue.
No, I'll come to you.
Wait. Why are you?
You
be a woman,
because
you be a woman.
The anchor is also coming in.
You be a woman. It is only a woman that do now.
Yes, you are making a point.
Yes. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't know the modalities put in place by INEC to check or to frustrate whosoever that buy voters card of another person. I wouldn't know. But I will strongly, advise INEC to live up to expectation, to be above board. By that I mean all their staff, all their ad hoc staff, everybody that will be engaged in election preparations and conduct of elections should be seen to be man of honor. Let INEC make itself, honorable commission.
Let me go to Muidi now. That INEC says it is conducting the freest and fairest election in Africa. Africa, not even West Africa, carries a lot of weight, as I've said the other time. As somebody who has covered elections, what do you think INEC will, what new thing will INEC bring into the
magic
that they have not done before?
Okay, thank you.
All they have done have been subjected to legal challenges, as it were.
Okay, I make bold to say it that what the INEC has said is to give assurance to the populace and even going beyond the shores of Nigeria to assure the whole world. If INEC has promised the most first election in Africa, I think, when we take another look at that statement, we should be able to come up with some variables as they underlie the importance, the role and significance of Nigeria as far as Africa is concerned, the leading economy in Africa, despite the fact that we have challenges facing us in the areas of economy among other things. Nigeria still remains the biggest market for investors globally. But
despite not producing anything.
Despite our challenges, Nigeria has greater potential to be the leading economy, not only in Africa.
Potentials that are not transformed.
I beg, let me. I don't know. Let me talk. You don't. When I don't. I mean, I don't disturb.
I'm only.
Don't interject.
I'm only.
My mind. I say my mind the way I see it. Nigeria has great potential to be the leading economy, not only in Africa, but across the world.
Yeah, that's
but the problems, we all know where our problems lie. I am not saying we are there yet, and I'm not saying we are translating our potential into realities. But the fact still remains that Nigeria
the potentials are there.
Yes, the potentials are there,
dormant.
So that is the problem with you. You can't keep short. When you are making your point,
I think I am the commander in chief.
Yes, now you are not the one
answering. You are man from talking until you finish it.
So
go on, please.
If he has said so, then we take him for his words. If at the end of the day, if the institution INEC is able to deliver, then if it corresponds with the promise he made, fine. But I just pray, because he has been able to hinge his assurance, his expectations on so many factors, including the readiness of Nigerians to exercise their franchise. He was urging people at the Calabar Festival, Carnival, to go and collect their permanent voter cards so that they can vote and change whatever they think is not right in the polity. So that people have the right to vote for whoever they so decide. I mean, they so want to be in power. And if they don't have that card, they don't have the right to go to polling booth and then say, okay, recognize me, Adeboye Pokuola, I don't have my card, let me vote. You cannot vote. So, and that people should not sell their cards or trade it off for pittance. So that's what this guy is saying. So he must have been speaking on the level of preparation the commission has had. Do you recall that the budget of INEC has been passed?
Yeah.
Yes, it is a huge sum of money that the INEC is spending this year. So definitely, if everything goes as planned, and I want to believe that people are beginning to have more what do we call it?
Awareness.
No. They now have belief. Yes, in INEC. They believe their votes count. So if their votes count, definitely people want to exercise their franchise because so many people will say, but that is in
the past now.
It is in the past. I think we are forging ahead, and the assurance he has given, I want to believe that it's not only the INEC that will make it a reality. All of us have our individual roles to play to assist INEC. INEC cannot be everywhere. Just like we say, we keep on saying, Muhammadu Buhari cannot be everywhere. And that's why we have governors at the state level. At the local government level, we have chairmen. So if everybody leads an exemplary life, and the followers too are on the same page with the government, then definitely we will be home and dry. That's my own submission.
Thank you. Abubola.
Yes.
Some Nigerians went to the outrageous extent of, or disgraceful extent of selling off their voters' card for pecuniary
Pittance.
for pittance, as it were. Now, the election will come, they will want to vote. And when they go there, they will be treated like criminals. Because that is what they are, in the face of the law.
Yes.
Now, INEC is promising fair election. And you know, Nigerian politicians are very, very, I wouldn't want to use intelligent, but they are very cunning.
Very crafty.
Very crafty. Now that INEC has made this statement, when INEC is going like this, they want a way to circumvent. Do you see them coming out with their with the plan to circumvent the success of the next election?
You mean Nigerian politicians?
Nigerian politicians.
Yeah, you know, Nigerian politicians are so devilishly clever. You see, that is Nigerian politicians for you. Give them, you know, when a nekade kurutan nínú ọgbà.
I don't know where is that.
That is Nigerian politicians for you. The moment you take or you build, you fence up them in a particular corner way, they will devise means of even two other waywardness. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is Nigerian politicians for you, and that is the reason laws will be enforced. You see, whosoever that is caught manipulating or circumventing, you know, the convention, you know, circumventing the law that is put in place for smooth conduct of the election, let the person be sanctioned, whosoever he is. Whosoever that is caught, you know, distributing money, whosoever that is caught buying a voter's card, both the seller and the buyer, let them face the wrath of the law.
That's about the only thing INEC has not been able.
You see,
vote buying. Now we will take this because of our time. I want us to take it just one more word. Vote buying came to the fore more glaringly than ever before in the election that we have had before. And do you see vote buying coming up in this election, the coming election?
Yes, it will come up because people have not seen the perpetrators in the past being publicly punished.
That, let me go to Wade. Do you see vote buying coming up in the next election?
It wouldn't abate yet because we have recalcitrant individuals among us, and some politicians are dubious. They still want to be there at all costs, and they are leveraging on the level, or would I say the level of poverty, the prevalence of poverty that we have in society nowadays. So some people are ready to trade off their voters' card because they believe they are poor, and the only way they could address their poverty is to
tell off.
Exactly. So you can't. There's nothing you can do to that kind of people. If somebody has come to you, if you have voted, even if people know that you have voted for a particular party, and they come up with money, I don't need the money. I voted. I don't need the money. Just go and do better. Go and do.
Perform better.
Perform
when you get
in office. That's all we need from you.
Yes, viewers, this is the convenient spot to draw curtains on today's edition of In the Newsroom on Osun State Broadcasting Corporation Television. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. On behalf of the executive producer Akinola Owolabi and the producer Oladayo Oladepeku, I thank the two gentlemen of the press who have done justice to the three topics that we brought here today. Adeboye Popola, thank you. Mwedin Adeleke, I appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Babatunde Bolatito is my name. See you next week on another edition of In the Newsroom.